I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, well, it's bound to take your life. Little bad moon on the ride.
Chase is good.
Yes, it's a solid line, and what a hit on Lomax. Boy, I felt that from Tommy Lee. Whoa.
Was that a shoulder charge, though?
No, that was a good shot.
Yeah, he went with his arm, he just didn't get it wrapped around, so it's different to the shoulder charge, no rotation.
Bit of a slip from Lomax as well, but again, the difficulty or the risk when you go up at 1,000,000 miles an hour with good line speed is you do leave yourself vulnerable to footwork.
Talking of footwork, how's that from Manu? He gets away from a couple, and Francis Melly is back there to bring him down.
Great run, though, wasn't it, from Manu? But I tell you what, Brian Noble will be furious about the defence.
Great ball from Walsh to Abel. Great ball from Abel to Wilkin. Wilkin will go home for the first try, will he? Yes, he will.
Momentum took him over. He'll give this.
A game changer on Saturday will be Johnny Lomax. Will he be a game changer here this evening? Terrific show, that Game Changers, for the young viewers on Sky Sports, and Johnny Lomax will be taking full part in that. This is Percival, meanwhile, just over halfway, plays the ball to Jack Hughes, Josh Jones, I beg your pardon, and Wilkin takes the tackle. There is Roby. Here now is O'Hire, and it's Walsh. Good pass, finds Turner. Even better pass to Makinson. He's quick, he's Makinson. That's a terrific kick. That's a fantastic try. That is a tremendous try for St Helens. The pace that Makinson flew down that right wing.
Kick to the corner's got to be on, surely. They've gone for the power play.
They have with Hawk. Dumps the ball down to Williams, he dumps it down to Melly. It finds its way entirely to Tim Smith, who runs away from Roby, gets the kick in, bouncing everywhere, picked up by Soliola. Here come the Saints in response. Soliola, he's got men out wide. One of them is Percival, he's quick. Swift is even swifter, and that's good defense. No, it isn't. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant to Percival, what a try. What a try down the left-hand side for Percival. From one end of the field to the other, the Saints. It looked like the opportunity had gone.
He's been dangerous all the time, hasn't he, James Roby? It's wonderful to see him back to full fitness. Look at the amount of space that allowing Walmsley to go.
The ball went backwards, it's play on, Amor! Amor scores for Saints.
Fully deserved if this is awarded, and I think it is. As Baz said, in the first half, he was magnificent. Just ripped the Salford forwards apart. Great hairstyle, but boy, this guy has got the strength.
The big Cumbrian forward. Looks like nobody owns him. He needs a right good shave and wash, but...
Feigned pass to Soliola, nearly caught them cold. Roby attacking the line. Here is Louis McCarthy's Carsbrook. Leg drive all the way to the line. And down he goes.
Come on, James, throw the dummy and go through the legs.
He's just popped it up. It's a drive to the line. Is it a try?
Yes, that's so.
He's given the try. The try for Lafranchi. Anthony Lafranchi hit that ball at pace. Took the pass. There was no stopping him. And almost adjacent to the post, Anthony Lafranchi has come up with the latest try. His second of the season, subbing all three so far.
Beautiful play.
Tackle. You'll see this out, try and get the kick in.
We're looking at James Roby, and it's the things that he does in attack that maybe catch your attention, but 49 tackles he's put in defensively tonight. A good stint for a tremendous player.
Oh, O'Hire, they're all waiting for the kick, it never came, and O'Hire has got the speeders outside him. Percival seals the win with his second try. Salford were waiting for the kick, and O'Hire had second thoughts. Shaped a kick, Salford held back, gap opened up, he shot through it, Percival in support. It's another super try from Saints. Here comes the last tackle then for the Vikings. Brown tries to slide the kick in. Did Farge play at that? Yes, he did. Referee wipes the tackle count down. Howarth fall over the top of him. This is a chance for Widnes with Clark. Back it comes from Clark to Mellor. Mellor then gives it to McGrath Luluai.
Good tackle by Harrison. Hansen had to be as well.
Clark, here's Mellor. Mellor drops the pass back. Hanbury, good ball. Christie. 50th Widnes appearance in his second spell. He was on loan here in 2008.
Why on earth they went for that pressure kick? It was nothing. Plenty of time to get in the in-goal area. Good run. Great run from the winger.
Great run from Johnson. Oh, even better run from Johnson. What a try this is from Salford. Greg Johnson. A smile from Brian Noble to Andy Hay, and there should be a massive smile because that was wonderful skill from Greg Johnson. We passed him actually in the corridor at Salford last week. He's not the tallest, but boy, he's squat and he's powerful.
Yeah.
Here's someone else who's powerful, Harrison Hansen.
Well, it's amazing how a try can just lift the side, and you can see already that they're intelligent, they want it. No, it's a good opportunity.
Great kick. This is Walton. Oh, he gets the ball inside. It's a try for Mulaney coming up. No, it isn't. It's a try for Tommy Lee. And Tommy Lee goes in behind the sticks for Salford. Brown.
Shocking pass.
But it wound its way to Dean on the bounce. Gleason's there, though, so too Greg Johnson.
Got to be a good kick.
It's with Brown, it goes high and it's spiralling everywhere. Oh, who wants this? Nobody does. That's been knocked back by Salford. It's surely 6 to go. No, the referee says play on. Here goes John. Another score for Widnes. Well, nobody was interested in the towering bomb from Kevin Brown this year. And with men like Adrian Morley and Rangi Chase to return, and I mean, there's a host of players, Gareth Hock as well.
Oh, it's been a great performance, and he should be pleased as well, the doctor.
But it's a much more competitive display than it was this time last week. Nice footwork from Mulaney. Lovely footwork from Mulaney. Great ball to Theo Fage. Wonderful try from Theo Fage. Mellor tried to get the tackle in, and Fage bounced out of it, and oh, hang on. This is going for a video referee review. Well, we saw Junior Sow in a bit of trouble. Bill's got a bit of news about him.
Yeah, he was determined to carry on, and he actually stayed out there for a while trying to work that shoulder injury off, but they've decided to take him off the field. He's gone down the tunnel already.
Oh, what a ball from Stephen Long. Here's Paddy Flynn. Paddy Flynn is tackled brilliantly by Theo Fage.
Should have been a penalty as well, but he's going to get it.
For Widnes, I think. Yes, it's going to be given this. Clark at dummy half. Joseph gives it then to Mellor. Mellor then to Brown. Brown gets it away to Hanbury. Here comes Rhys Hanbury again down that left-hand side, bouncing through the tackles. Lee eventually gets to him.
Incredible run by the fullback yet again.
It's with Christine. He started all the fun with the opening try of the match. He goes down 12 metres shy of the line. Tackle number 4. Clark in at dummy half. The skipper finds Kevin Brown again. Brown shows it to a couple. Gives it then to Luluai. Fabulous try from Widnes. Fabulous try from Kevin Brown.
That's better. Oh no, it's ricocheted.
It has ricocheted, and Smith had it back briefly. Willie Ice has pinched it. 6 to go, Widnes. Here comes Gerrard again. Into the last 5. Clark with one hand off the ground. Gives it then to Joseph. He slips. Tackle's not complete. Now it is. No, it wasn't. Play on was the call. Clark. Brown. Has he got this down? Well, the ball's on the deck, but has he got proper grounding on it? Oh, he has. He has.
total attendance sponsored by KCFM is 9,821. Thank you for your continued support.
Iestyn Harris's first game as Salford coach was a trip to one of his former clubs, the Bradford Bulls. And the Red Devils' start was just what the Dr. Kukash orders, as a try for Jake Mullaney saw the visitors take the lead. The Bulls were able to answer straight back. Disking in at dummy half, picking out his 7 Luke Gale, whose kick took a fortuitous bounce, but then a good offload to Patel, who was able to slide in by the side of the uprights to put Bradford momentarily in front by 6 points to 4. Then Salford scored 3 tries in 13 minutes and put real pressure on the Odsal outfit. Firstly, it was a crashing, bulldozing run from Junior Sow that put the Red Devils back in front. Sow, this time at dummy half, fed the ball to Rangi Chase, and the Red Devils able to put pressure on the Bradford Bulls line via Logan Tompkins and Chase again towards Tim Smith, his half-back partner, who was able to slide in and score.
Try scorer. Substitution for the Salford Red Devils.
Chase was involved in the Red Devils' 4th try as well. Again fed by Tompkins, an inventive kick by Chase bounced in the in-goal, and Matty Ashurst showed great athleticism to ground the ball and send the Salford Red Devils in with a 22-6 lead at half-time. Francis Cummings' side knew they had to come out fighting, and it was blow for blow in the second 40 as the Bulls struck first after half-time. A telescopic reach by forward Adam Sidlow gave the Bulls some hope. Before Salford once again put the Bradford side on the back foot. This time it was another of the big men, Tony Puliatua, who was able to score and re-extend the Red Devils' lead. Bradford hinted at signs of a comeback, and Luke Gale set off a move which went through many pairs of hands out towards the right wing, where Elliot Keir decided to take the ball back in the opposite direction. Threaded the needle, and then, like a former Bradford player, Stanley Jean tiptoed his way in towards the in-goal to reduce the deficit. Salford, though, were relentless. And Martin Gleeson showed a little bit of the footwork that saw him a standing dish on the international stage. Inspired by his teammates' fancy feet, Rangi Chase tried some of his own, a dummy, a step and a try for the Salford number 6. Bradford, though, wouldn't put the cue on the rack, and a bustling run by Matty Blythe left the Bulls in centre field, 8 metres out from the Salford Red Devils try line. Luke Gale once again combined with Carney, and the ball found its way to Adam Henry to offer the Bulls just some hope. The game was finished by 3 M's, a mistake, some magic, and Melly, Francis Melly, scoring in the corner to hand the Red Devils 2 points and Iestyn Harris a first win in his first game as Salford coach. Full-time score, Bradford Bulls 24, Salford Red Devils 38. Iestyn Harris had his first home game as Salford head coach on Good Friday against a supposedly out-of-form Huddersfield Giants without a win in their previous 4 games in all competitions. The visitors struck first though, Sean Lunt with a nice dummy and some great tenacity to cross over the goal line and hand the advantage to the Fartowns. Wardle broke away to set up the second try. A bit of a fortuitous bounce there, but Aaron Murphy was the quickest to capitalise and he raced half the length of the pitch to cross by the side of the uprights. Huddersfield was soon 18-0 up. After a lovely kick from Lunt, great play by Griggs, and the captain crossed, a try for Brough. Salford got on the scoreboard after an outside ball by Rangi Chase bounced and found its way to the evergreen Francis Melly. Speaking of players who don't show their age, Adrian Morley wasn't taking no for an answer as far as scoring the Salford second try was concerned. The Giants, though, would go into half-time with a 22-10 lead after Griggs played the ball out to winger Murphy, who scored his second try of the afternoon. Salford needed to score first in the second half, and they did. Rangi Chase, the provider, Francis Melly, as he has been his entire career, the finisher. But Huddersfield were beginning to play a bit like the side that won the League Leaders' Shield last year. A wrecking ball run from Akuma Tai set them up in good field position. Brough's pass, via Wood, out to Cudjoe, who in turn played it along the line to his winger McGilvray, who scored. Lunt and Brough again had a hand in the Giants' next score, as former Broncos loose forward Chris Bailey crossed over the goal line. And Rangi Chase and Tim Smith coaxed the ball over towards the left edge, where it looked as though Melly would score a hat-trick, but in popped Ashurst to pinch the ball and score the try. A flowing move from the Huddersfield Giants set Aaron Murphy up for his hat-trick, through a number of pairs of hands before the winger crashed over in the corner. All that was left for Salford was a consolation score. Tim Smith with the kick, McGilvray couldn't deal, but Melly could, and he too scored 3 tries on the afternoon. Not enough for the Devils though. Final score, Salford Red Devils 22, Huddersfield Giants 42. Leeds Rhinos went into Monday afternoon's game against the Salford Red Devils knowing a victory and results elsewhere going a certain way could mean they'd be top of First Utility Super League at the end of the day. Iestyn Harris's side returned to another of his former clubs, still looking for their first victory under their new coach. The Rhinos broke the deadlock. A rampaging run by Mitch A. Church with Kevin Sinfield in support to score the first try of the match. Defences were on top in the first half at Headingley, and a Logan Tompkins try dashing over from dummy half, spotting that perhaps the Leeds Rhinos' defence of Sinfield and Ablett wasn't set, meant that the two teams went in with Leeds leading 6-4 at the interval. If the first half was tight, the second was not. Firstly Briscoe, followed by Ben Jones-Bishop, in a move finished off by Zach Hardacre, all showed great pace. Leeds never looked back. Next on the score sheet for the Rhinos was Rob Burrow. After great work by Ben Jones-Bishop feeding it out to Joel Moon, it was the Leeds centre who provided the killer pass to the Rhinos' number 7, who scored the try. Rangy Chase put a kick through that was dealt with comfortably by Hardacre. Who pinned his ears back, looked for support and found it in the shape of Ben Jones-Bishop. The Leeds fullback able to return the favour and set the winger away for a score of his own. When the Rhinos are in the mood, they can score tries of all shapes and sizes. Kevin Sinfield in at dummy half to start this one off, casting a glance into centre field but flinging the ball out towards Maguire, then Sutcliffe, Moon to Hall and another score for the Rhinos. Salford rolled the dice and stuck a high bomb up in the air. The old adage is don't let the ball bounce. Also, don't let Tom Briscoe run in broken field. Another length of the field effort for the Leeds Rhinos and a comfortable victory against the Salford Red Devils by 32 points to 4. The Loiners go top of Super League ahead of their Crunch Cup clash against St Helens.
For the Catalan Dragons, Pelissier scampers in, offloads to find Battieri. Two in the tackle there for Salford. Three in fact with Gleeson, Hansen among them. On the left-hand side go the Dragons. And that's Morgan Escaré, and Escaré is through. The Dragons over within 50 seconds. Morgan Escaré, the electric fullback with his 8th Super League try of the season. Pelissier again. The offload came from Escaré on the bounce. It's picked up by Millard. They've lost some ground, but they've maintained possession. Here is Barthol. Now Bousquet started the match in a change to the published lineup. Here is Price over the top. A great pass from Leon Price and the try from Daryl Millard. And Catalan Dragons have 2 tries inside the opening 7.5 minutes in Perpignan. Anderson plays it. Swarming around the ball carrier here now, Salford. They're desperate for possession back. Mattieri played it.
Fine.
More expansive now, the Dragons, and there's a hole here. Instead, Tea's pass for Pelissier did brilliantly to find Escaré, and no one is going to stop Morgan Escaré, who goes under for another sensational Catalan score. His second of the match. Morgan Escaré is lightning fast. Tommy Lee.
Okay.
Pass from Chase, here is Gleeson.
Backwards.
All wrapped up quickly. Finds Williams though.
Forward away! Look for
Four now gone for Salford Red Devils. Inside the danger zone, as they have been seemingly forever.
Okay.
Good offload there to find Junior Sau, and Melli finally is in the corner.
Okay,
finally the Catalan defence cracks.
Louis.
Inching closer, you feel, Yeston Harris's side.
Play on.
Rangi Chase. Hop takes the ball from a standing start, flicks the offload away. They try the look on the right-hand side now, the Reds. Here is Gleeson, he's escaped the net, and Gleeson has support on his inside. It's a great break and a great finish from Danny Williams, under the post as well for good measure. Salford hit back with 2 in a couple of minutes, and they've dragged themselves right back into this match. Harris replaced Brian Noble at the helm.
Back up.
Tompkins pass. Rangi Chase. More conventional pass this time for Eden, and Eden is in. Just cuts back right at the last minute. Greg Eden does score, and Salford are level in Perpignan. Oldfield played the ball. Maria taken down by Hock. Pelissier in quickly, Price in quickly. They're over again here, surely. Price gets the pass away, and it's Zeb Tea who goes in for the Dragons. But they scored first in the first half, and they've done exactly the same in this second period, or have they? On Hansen, over halfway now. Yeston Harris's side. Fuller 2 are in possession. To approach the final half hour of this match. And he changed his pass. That was miraculous, and a great dummy there as well. And Gareth Hock will go in under the post. Some more magic from Rangi Chase. Gareth Hock was the beneficiary, and Gareth Hock has doubled his Super League try tally.
What makes teams lose the focus and concentration is that emotional element to our game. When somebody takes advantage of one of your teammates, you can do one or two things. You can take the law into your own hands, or you can get determined and run like this fella.
Duport and Simon with good runs. Bousquet follows that, and Price, will he beat Junior Sau to the line? He will! What a great try that is from Leon Price. A great move as well from the Catalan Dragons. Pelissier. Peyer. Enveloped by 3. One-handed pick-up from Pelissier, then a high shot, looked it from Morley. Crowd don't like it. Pelissier recovers, gets a good pass out to Duport as well. And Vincent Duport with a miraculous offload. Here is Escaré, what's the pace like? Escaré against Williams, there's only going to be one winner, and Escaré is going to go in for a hat-trick in Perpignan. Morgan Escaré, well, he's having an astonishing season.
A soggy Saturday in Salford doesn't suit everybody, but it saw 2 sides line up in First Utility Super League looking for victories. The Salford Red Devils and Hull Kingston Rovers both going into the game on losing runs. It was the Devils who got their noses in front. A looping Rangi Chase pass caught by Francis Melli for the Samoans' first try of the game. Hull Kingston Rovers hit straight back. The halves combining nicely. Captain Chris Wellham with the dummy. The visitors' first try of the afternoon. A wet afternoon in Greater Manchester perhaps provided some of Jake Mullally's undoing. Kevin Leroy scoring the try for the Robins. They took a 10-4 lead in at half-time. Mullally moves some way towards redemption, setting up Melly for a try after some nice work by Sow as the Devils open the scoring in the second 40. Rovers' third try came after another case of the upsy daisies at the back for the Devils. This time Neville Costigan able to reach out an arm and ground the ball between the uprights. The final word in the game, though, would go to Iestyn Harris's men. This time a chase bomb put Hull Kingston Rovers under pressure, not dealt with by Wellham and Hodgson, and Gleeson able to score. Salford Red Devils 16, Hull Kingston Rovers 16.
Was a halfway house man of steel, he might well be favourite. Man of stainless steel, perhaps. He scored 10 tries and created 9 others for the Widnes Vikings in Super League. Outstanding performer, and he has missed a couple of games as well. He is the go-to guy. Gets his hands on the ball once more, Kevin Brown. Every time now with the switch of half-back, because Danny Craven's gone off injured, it will be all down to Kevin Brown instead of probably 95% of it. Alex Gerrard will drive it in. Logan Tompkins and Tony Pullatua are there to knock him down. As Widnes 2 tackles in the back, right on the try line here. What can they conjure up close to the line? Again, it's Brown, a long ball. It could be the first try, it is. And Kevin Brown creates another try. And Paddy Flynn has dived in at the corner. Simple finish for the winger. Has had 6 games in charge since they made the switch in the head coaching role. He won the first of those at Bradford over a month ago. Hasn't tasted success since. A draw last week against Hull KR stopped a run of 4 defeats. Here's Tompkins, now Chase, and Chase is expansive. Good chance here. Sow, he's got money outside him. Sow! Junior Sow! Too much pace, too much power. Salford on level terms. The doctor has received the prescription he wanted. It came last season. He announced early last season that he'd be joining for this year from down under in Australia, played for Newcastle and Melbourne down there. He started it all off, and now we've seen many, many more. And Kevin Locke coming into the team next year. Chase is through. Rangy Chase sidestepping, hot stepping. Rangy Chase, 2 tries in 2 minutes here for Salford. Referee Tim Roby says he wants to consult the video referees, but down one man in Danny Craven, who won't be back. They can ill afford to be down another, especially in a pivot position. So let's see what they do here, having conceded twice, remember, in 2 minutes. 2 quick tries from Junior Sow and Rangy Chase. Not a great try scorer, but certainly a try scorer of great tries, as we saw there. A wonderful sidestepping run from the standoff of the Salford Red Devils. Here's his opposite number, Kevin Brown, involved. Briefly, McGrath Lulawai carts it forward within 10 metres of the Salford Red Devils line. Brown, oh, that is an absolute gem. That is an absolute gem from Kevin Brown. Jack Owens is the try scorer.
But he's got a problem, John Clark, with his calf. The back of his calf is heavily iced. I spoke to the doctor, he would say no more than it's a calf injury. If it's a strain, it might be very serious in terms of this particular game for the Vikings.
Thanks, Graham. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. Kevin Brown, Hambry. This will be another. Can he get it down? I think it's Chris Dean who's scrambled over the try line. He believes it's down. Tim Roby isn't sure.
Some tackle too.
I mean, it's stifling, really. It's very, very hot indeed. And there is plenty of points to be had on a fast surface like this. So you would say Salford should be the favourites, but you know, adversity brings different things out in different people.
Junior Sow offloading to that far touchline to Francis Melly, who had to be twinkle-toed to stay within the touchline and within the confines of the field of play. Chase showing it and then giving it, and now here's a chance for Harrison Hansen. Hansen has sidestepped through. Anybody at home next to him? No. Pirouette from the former Wigan second rower. Quick play the ball. Salford have got numbers knocked on, possibly deliberately. Play on is the call. Must be a try. Must be a try. And Salford in front at the start of the second half. They simply had to score. They had 5 on 3.
In their DNA to come up with a fantastic victory in that game, because Warrington kept giving them the ball. I'm sure if Salford do the same, Witness will respond.
Yeah, Cahill on the injured list at the moment with quite a few other prominent members of the Vikings. Mellor, Marvan, Naaman O'Carroll appear to float forward. Anyway, play on is the call, and they're doing just that here, the Vikings, with Hambry, who kicks it forward. This is going to be a try for the Witness Vikings. Great try too. Lloyd White, super sub, super try for the Witness Vikings. They're level at 16 each with a kick to come. 66 wins, 6 draws and 66 defeats. 66, 6, 66, the numbers of the bets.
Good line, hold, mate. Hold.
We're looking to make it 67 wins this afternoon.
Pass it.
And right there's Witness Vikings doing exactly what I've criticised the Salford Red Devils for, turning the ball over early.
Danny Williams has put the Salford Red Devils back in front in this bizarre tit-for-tat game. Dr. Kukas might be celebrating too soon. Logan Tompkins is in there at dummy half for the Red Devils, who are looking for another try. It would be their 5th of the match. Tompkins goes. What is a meaty tackle? That is a monstrous tackle. Well, he's going to have to play on as Reece Hambry takes it away. Hambry's going. He's got Kevin Brown with him. Has Hambry got the legs? Has Reece Hambry got the legs? He bet he has. Reece Hambry has got the legs for the Witness. A simply sensational score that puts the Vikings back in front. To Chasey. Mulaney once more. Oh, goodness me, Chase was almost caught in possession. Did well to get it away. Found Danny Williams, but all the impetus has gone out of this attack. It started so well when Pulatua rampaged through and Witness copped the ball up. Now it's Chase. Chase almost stopping to a walk. Mulaney, they have got men on that far side. And one of them is Melly. Francis Melly has always been a top-class finisher. Francis Melly gets up for the try line and has scored for Salford.
And you just feel now that probably the Vikings will just hang on. There's going to be nothing expansive or risk-taking in this set, but it'll be the last tackle play that'll be very important once again.
Kevin Brown's got himself right out behind. He's just talking to people, calmly steering him around. You feel like he's just getting them to run into holes. He's probably looking just to run another ball into the in goal and get the clock.
They're looking to score. Looking to go, and they have done it. Paddy Flynn scores in the corner. He backs the brace.
Really a frustrated Salford who have had more possession, I would suggest, and also certainly better field position.
Sargentson again. Two tackles remaining this set of 6 as we go into the last minute of the first half. Powell gives it and Smith gives it, and there is Hampshire, and he has found Manfredi. Don Manfredi, actually, interesting about him. He played on loan for Salford in March and scored 2 tries against Warrington. Smith with the soccer skills. Oh, and he hacks it behind the attack and the defender, and this is a try, surely, for Bateman. This cannot be disallowed, surely, for Bateman. Whoa! He's gone upstairs again. What's he looking for this time? It's got to be onside, hasn't it, from the kicks?
Eddie, the mood in the Salford camp is one of positivity. Yestin Harris asking his players to go out and just be maybe a little bit more adventurous. We've seen that already with Tim Smith going close just to take Wigan on. And you never know, they might find a way through this valiant Wigan defence that has been so enterprising so far. Sean Wayne really proud of his side, just wanting more of the same from them in the second half. They won't have Michael McIlaurin back. It's a knee strain, nothing too serious, but he won't be reappearing for the Warriors tonight. And you get the feeling Salford really aren't going to get a much better chance to beat this Wigan side with the state they're in at the moment.
Off the foot of Williams, says the referee, no knock on. Here is Powell! Word in the ear, it's another decision for the video referee. He got the call from the sideline. There's a question mark about the build-up to this one as well. Tommy Lee with the kick. Again, Hampshire positions himself perfectly.
That's a good chase though by Salford. Good work by Rangi Chase as well.
Question as well, wouldn't you, getting caught on the 5th, on the sideline, struggling to get a kick away, and Tommy Lee has to try and belt it out of dummy half. You'll need a bit of better game management from Rangi and from Tim Smith. Perhaps kick a little earlier in the tackle count.
We're inside Salford territory again here with Dom Crosby of the Wigan Warriors. Williams will have a little scamper. Oof, and Gareth just put out the arm and quickly
put it back again.
Put it back, yeah, right.
Just in time.
Bateman, Smith, Powell.
Oh, this is good control.
Hampshire gets the ball away. Burgess tiptoeing down the line, slides in for the try.
Brilliant.
Not yet.
The Australian fullback who'll play it most of the time, but the success that Wigan had over previous years is slowly introducing the young players, giving Hampshire enough game time that maybe next season he takes over that fullback role.
And Phil, what about the likes of Lewis Teeney? Where's he? Because he came and hit the scene
competition
last year,
to be picked at Wigan is very intense. Before this game, their under-19s beat Salford on a field not far from this, just at the back here as well. So they've got a variety of good young players. As the one-pointer comes in, Mike.
Drop goal from Matty Smith just to rub salt into everyone's wound.
Beauty. It was 1-1, Eddie. So it didn't really matter, and he went backwards.
But I think Matty Smith, Steve, came up with a knock on. Anyway, here we go.
Shot the game.
Here is Burgess, too quick. Second try for Burgess. Second try tonight for Joe Burgess. Well, they lost Pat Richards back to the NRL in the close season. They've lost Josh Charnley to injury, but they have found a rare nugget in Joe Burgess. He's played 15 out of 16 now, 12 tries in all games, and the last time we were here, St Helens won by 38-0, and here tonight it's 25-0. They won't want us back. Smith, Wigan try and keep that line intact. That's the big challenge now. Tompkins, Rangi Chase. Here is Eden. And the ball is out to Danny Williams, to Francis Melly, beg your pardon, and Francis Melly goes over for a consolation try.
St Helens hosted Salford Red Devils, knowing a win could move them back to the top of the Super League table. The Devils, with only one win in 7 games under Yestin Harris, could still be dragged into a relegation battle if Bradford get any of their points back. It was Saints who struck first. Roby at dummy half to Walsh, who in turn played it along the line to the now always branded evergreen Paul Wellens. James Roby showed a great poker face at the ruck for this one, looking left and left again before playing it right for Sia Soliola to score. The next try was the pick of St Helens' scores on the night. A break by John Wilkin. Could have maybe played Paul Wellens in there. Still he managed to get the ball away to James Roby. Roby went again Wellens in support on the right, but Lance Ahaya was the option on the left, and the New Zealand fullback was able to touch down behind the uprights. St Helens led 16-0 at half-time. The Devils would need a hell of a comeback, and Rangi Chase, kicking on the first after a reset tackle count, was able to play in his winger Niall Evalds for their first try of the night. Any Salford smiles were short-lived. A good kick from Wellens, or some poor defending from the Reds, or maybe a bit of both. Gary Wheeler didn't care as he touched the ball down. Nathan Brown's men were dominant, and this try is a perfect example of the brand of rugby they played on the night. Paul Wellens over for his second. Still time for a consolation for Salford. Scruffy old pass from Melly to Chase there, but Greg Eden was able to set up Gareth Hock for nothing more than a consolation for the Salford Red Devils. Full-time score St Helens 32 and the top of the league, Salford Red Devils 12. Warrington Wolves versus Salford Red Devils at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. It was the visitors who opened the scoring. Junior Sow on the charge, Matty Russell proving nothing more than a minor irritation to him in defence. Salford led 6-0. The free-scoring Wolves look as though they're setting up to peak at the right time of year. A wonderful move through numerous pairs of hands saw Gene Ormsby score the home side's first try of the afternoon in the corner. An error from Salford handed Warrington their next opportunity. Chris Hill playing to the whistle, Ryan Atkins in support, and streaking away to score the second of the afternoon for the Warrington Wolves. Warrington's third try came from Monaghan at dummy half, playing the ball along the line, and it found its way to Chris Bridge. Monaghan again started off the move for the fourth. Finished by his brother Joel, who in the process of scoring picked up a dislocated jaw. Warrington led 26 at half time. Salford scored first in the second 40, and as often seems to be the case, it was a player scoring against his former club. Adrian Morley with that one. A Rangy Chase kick was enough for Salford's third. Niall Evalds running in, touching the ball down just before it crossed the dead ball line, and the visitors from Salford with real hope of getting back in the game and getting the win. That would prove to be optimistic though, as Warrington went down the other end and Rhys Evans was fed the ball out onto the left wing to extend the Wolves' advantage. Rangy Chase though with a piece of individual magic to send Evalds away for his second of the afternoon to keep the game interesting. Warrington home and hosed in the end, maybe by more good luck than judgment. A Monaghan speculator not dealt with in defence. Ben Curry touching the ball down. Warrington Wolves beating the Salford Red Devils by 36 points to 20. Castleford Tigers versus the Salford Red Devils. Cass went into the game on the back of back-to-back defeats. The two teams had exchanged verbal blows off the field as well, over on-loan Mark Sneed, who a couple of weeks ago handed in a transfer request to the Salford Red Devils. Another sideline in the game was the return of Rangy Chase to his former club. In fact, it led to some members of the media branding the game more Sneed against Chase than Tigers against Devils. Not much to see in the first 40. In fact, only one try was scored. And that went to the home side, Castleford. Clark in at dummy half. Liam Finn with a kick. Carney out jumping Johnson. The opening try of the game. And the half-time score, Castleford Tigers 6, Salford Red Devils 0. The game didn't develop into a classic after the break either, but Salford did level things up. Junior Sow scoring, as he has done many times in recent weeks, for the visiting Devils. The Red Devils would then take the lead in the game. Rangi Chase flipping the ball up, Gareth Hock running over the Castleford defence. With seconds remaining, it looked like the Tigers would lose 3 in a row in the season for the first time. Late drama, however. Haraki with that carry. Clark in at dummy half. Webster on his right shoulder. Castleford with the match-winning try. Not for the first time this season, the Menderhose jungle rocking. Castleford Tigers 14, Salford Red Devils 10, the full-time score. Super League Round 19, Huddersfield Giants against the Salford Red Devils at the John Smith Stadium. It was the visitors who struck first. A great burst by Caton Brown handed the Devils good field position. Theo Farge is in at dummy half to Tommy Lee, and Rangi Chase with almost a walk-in try to open the scoreline. Yestin Harris's team would take a 12-0 lead. This time Tommy Lee at dummy half, Rangi Chase involved too, Farges in turn to Ashurst for the Devils' second try. Paul Anderson's Giants got one back before half-time. Luke Robinson with a scurry to within 10 metres of the Salford line. Brough at dummy half, playing the ball via Ferris to Wardle. Half-time score, Huddersfield Giants 4, Salford Red Devils 12. In the second 40, a Danny Brough speculator was caught on by Salford on the full. Mason Caton Brown, a recent signing from the London Broncos, had far too much pace in the end for both Cudjoe and Wardle and scored a try behind the uprights. Then came the big incident in the match. Brough getting the pass away and then taking a late and high hit from Lama Tarsi. Referee Robert Hicks brandishing the red card and reducing Salford to 12 men. If anything, the sending off seemed to galvanise the visitors. Tommy Lee, Tony Puliatua And then Theo Farges showing some nice footwork to round Cudjoe. The next Salford score came from a former Giant. Tommy Lee to Kevin Locke, back to Lee, Farges again, along the line the ball went, via Junior Sow to Greg Johnson, who just about got the ball over the line. Theo Farges was again involved in the next Salford try. A superb individual run, some snake hips there from Locke, who rounded off a superb debut with 6 conversions and a try too. There was just time for a consolation for Huddersfield. Wood at dummy half, playing the ball to the feet of Luke Robinson, who in turn managed to squeeze it out between his legs. Lane Patrick running in the consolation. Salford moving to within 2 points of 11th place Wakefield with only their second victory in 11 matches. Full-time score, Huddersfield Giants 10, Salford Red Devils 36. Salford Red Devils hosted Hull FC in First Utility Super League Round 20. The first try of the game came after Liam Watts got his pocket picked, trying to offload the ball to a teammate. It was Rangi Chase who capitalised and ran the length of the pitch to score the opening try. Chase was involved in the second score as well, waiting for Mason Caton Brown to be in open air. Salford led 13 points to 0 at half time. In the second 40, the Devils started to turn the screw. Hull FC's chances weren't helped when Jordan Rankin was sin-binned for holding down Greg Johnson. The Red Devils made it 19-0 after a Rangi Chase grubber was collected by Josh Griffin to slide in the corner. It was only then that Hull FC started to hit back. Hadley in off the short pass from Houghton at dummy half. That try and Rankin's reintroduction gave the Black and Whites a bit of momentum. Kurt Yeaman sliding over for the visitors' second. Salford, though, are in good form at the moment. Josh Griffin had already scored a try. Now it was the turn of the other winger, Greg Johnson, to cross in the corner. Good fast passes from the Salford Red Devils led to the next try. This time it was Josh Griffin's brother Darryl scoring. Hull FC did just about enough to keep it interesting. This time Kurt Yeaman able to score his second through some tiring Salford defence. And it doesn't seem to be a Hull FC game unless we've seen a Jamie Shaw try. They come in all shapes and sizes. This one picking the ball up just over halfway and outpacing Johnson and Caton Brown, with a bit of help from Johnson to be fair in the end, to score Hull FC's fourth. That would prove to be the last piece of resistance though for the visitors. A loose pass and Mason Caton Brown able to score Salford's final try. Full-time score, Salford Red Devils 35, Hull FC 22. Hull Kingston Rovers hosted Salford Red Devils. Both sides hoping to make a late season charge to reach the top 8 of First Utility Super League. It was Rovers who struck first. Costigan with the drive, Josh Hodgson the skipper, jumping over from dummy half. The Red Devils have shown in previous weeks that they can score points at will, and their first try came from a Rangy chase pass to Mason Caton Brown. It would be the Robins who took a lead in at half-time. Green carrying the ball up, Hodgson at dummy half, Keating to Burns, and Craig Hall able to score. Hull Kingston Rovers 12, Salford Red Devils 4 after 40 minutes. The second half was a different kettle of fish altogether. Burns' kick going nowhere. Farges with the breakaway and the pass to Sow. Johnson in at dummy half, and Niall Evalds celebrated a new contract signed in the week with a try. Salford's next try came a very different way. A chase kick, which seemed to have been dealt with by Craig Hall, ended up on the floor. Junior Sow taking the easiest of opportunities. Salford's next try was the debatable one of the afternoon. Amari Caro appearing to have grounded the ball in goal. Josh Griffin, though, adjudged to have reacted the quickest. The Red Devils scoring again. The next incident was a flare-up between Travis Burns and Tommy Lee. The incident sparked off a melee which involved most of the players from both sides. The result saw James Child brandish a yellow card and Travis Burns spend 10 minutes in the sin bin. Down to 12, Salford put Hull Kingston Rovers under the pump. Puliatura at dummy half for this one. Farge is able to weave his way through the Hull Kingston Rovers defence.
Interchange with SOS office applies for Salford Red Devils, number 21, Jordan Moore.
Stand by for the try of the game, maybe even the try of the round. Tommy Lee to Farges, chase, some magic there, Niall Evans, and then the pass for Griffin's second score. The Salford winger would make a personal points tally of 18 through the afternoon, and it would be 34 unanswered points for Salford. Craig Hall again having his pocket picked. Greg Johnson the man scoring the try on this occasion. Just a consolation try for the Robins to finish. Burns feeding it to Wayman. Full-time score, Hull Kingston Rovers 18, Salford Red Devils 38.
Watch for the switch to the blind. No, they're coming open.
Chase picks it up almost off the toes of Jamie Jones-Buchanan. That's good defence from Joel Moon on Matty Ashurst. Locke has chimed in. Here goes Griffin again. And this is the last tackle coming up now for Salford. It's helter-skelter stuff so far. Little dab to the in goal by Kevin Locke. It could be a try here for Junior Sal. The crowd behind the posts are convinced. Richard Silverwood isn't. Here now is Burrow again. Gives it to Ablett. It suddenly opens up again for Ablett, but it's quickly closed as the door by 3 red jerseys. Aiton's waiting 1.5 metres out. Back it comes to Peacock. Peacock then gives it width and finds Maguire. They've got a man on the overlap wide. If Watkins can get it out to him, he couldn't get it out to him again. It's great defence. Great defence. Briscoe was hanging around there waiting for the pass to come. It would have been a try. Maguire with a kick to the in goal. I think that Hardaker has got it down. It is very close. My initial reaction was it was just on or beyond the dead ball line. With Kevin Locke up the other end of the field, because of course all the spotlight on Kevin Locke, but Zach Hardaker this year, he's had his problems, we know that, but he has been playing some outstanding rugby league.
Yeah, he's a quality player, we know that. You talk about Kevin Locke. I wonder whether coach Easton Harris will say where was the fullback for that kick. It wasn't as though they went early. It was the last. He should have read it a lot better. It was nowhere to be seen.
Aiton feeds Watkins. Watkins feeds Briscoe. Now Briscoe's quick. Caton Brown's quick as well. And the pass finds its way to Watkins somehow. He skips through them. He scores a try. He scores the second try for Leeds Rhinos in as many minutes does Callum Watkins. Well, they looked as though they'd sorted it, Salford in defence. But then Watkins came up, picked the pocket of the defender. And that's good smothering defence by Kylie Lulawai on Theo Farge, who gets up and plays it to Tompkins again. Here is Chase. Now Junior Sal, the scorer of the Salford first try. And Sal goes down under the challenge of 3. They fall back into defence. Sal picks himself up, plays the ball to Tompkins. Chase again, slides the kick in. Theo Farge is there. Theo Farge gets the try for Salford. It's been coming for a while. Came about as a result of that knock-on from Ryan Hall.
In Stevo, we're talking at half-time about which team could go on and win this game, and I believe it's going to come down to energy and enthusiasm. Whichever side is playing with the most of those two facets will go on and win this game.
Here goes Lulawai again. He saw a gap and he went for it, head down, and trying to get through the two of them, Chase and Harrison Hansen. Oh, that's a booming pass from Maguire to Ablett. Ablett gets over the line. He spun away from those 3 defenders and drops on the ball, and the ball was on the line. Ablett with the try, and that... Puliatura to Chase. He's inside the 40, Chase. But it was down the middle, really. Hardaker collects it.
A little bit laboured is the chase.
Chase was leading the chase and put everyone on side by his chase. Hall comes wide, Briscoe. Oh, round Griffin. Mason Caton-Brown did well with Logan Tompkins.
Could play the ball quickly as well.
Oh, Peacock, they're lined up here. That's a great pass. That's a tremendous pass.
It was forward. They've got away with it.
That was to Liam Sutcliffe. Here is Hardaker. This is Ward, and he goes through the defence. And Kevin Sinfield leads the applause for that try from Leeds. Sweeping move. Stevie Ward with the try. Peacock and Jamie Jones-Buchanan halt the run of Darrell Griffin. Chase again, Tony Pulatua. Logan Tompkins just had a little look left, but he's decided to go right into centre field to Rangi Chase. He lays the ball off. That's a great run. That's a great try from Jordan Wall. They're not done yet, Salford. Possibility the game was running away from them.
Smith going back to their favoured angle of attack down the right-hand side. Gelling with a Rangi Chase style hop step and a jump and still going. Anthony Gelling
couldn't get that pass out. Vital. This is going to be a good kick.
Matty Smith pokes one through, and it is possibly too long for the naked eye, but Phil Bentham thinks it might be closer than it first appeared.
Oh, and then you exactly what was coming. Followed through, and I'm with you, Stuart. It looks as if it's a legal grounding and a legal try.
Yeah, there's no problem as far as I'm concerned. Fingertip control. One fingertip control is sufficient. Is that he didn't try to drop onto the ball.
Short drop out taken here, but it's not come off. It could have done. They were a little unlucky. They tried something a little different from the drop out.
Yeah, quick thinking, but
goal first.
They were lucky, Wigan there. They just dropped their guard a bit.
They did.
Didn't anticipate that, that's for sure.
Got the ball back though, Steve-O, which is what they were looking for. They've got it a lot closer to the Salford line. They've used a couple of tackles. That last one was on Liam Farrell. Matty Smith. Bowen comes into the line. And Gelling! Anthony Gelling is going to stretch it and score! Gelling scores for Wigan. They get their second of the evening. They profit from the dropout. Anthony Gelling gets his 8th try of the Super League season.
He's playing very constructively. Good running from the dummy half, and that's good from John Bateman. Hard man to put down.
And the former Bradford Bull with a bullocking run. Bowen shrugs off Chase and finds Gelling. Gelling gets it wide to Charnley. Josh Charnley coming inside. William Charnley is going to score again. Josh Charnley with this remarkable run of try scoring. That's 13 in 8 games since he returned from injury. He got 34 last season. An acting halfback for the Wigan Warriors moves to this right flank. He may score himself. Gelling! And he's barged into touch. Manhandled into touch, but could he possibly have contrived to have got the ball down in that melee of bodies?
Touch and grounding,
not sure, but the ref will adjudicate.
Well, there's probably two things to look at. Is he in touch before he gets the ball down? He's certainly got control of the ball, and I don't think he's anywhere near touch.
Now Farge, and now Chase, and now Chase spinning out a pass to Sow, and Sow is wrestled to the ground by Matty Smith and Josh Charnley. This will be the final tackle.
And watch this Wigan outfit. Put the pressure.
Chipped by Chase. Oh, he's unlucky with the bounce. He is. Oh, hello. No, he can't possibly have got that down. He is unlucky there, Josh Griffin, because it was a wonderfully conjured kick from Rangi Chase.
That'll be the key.
Beware he's offside.
And he will get the answer. Yeah. He certainly gets his hand on the ball. Can he get it down inside the line? He can't touch the line at all. If he touches the line, that's a try.
So that is a miracle. That's not a try, that is a miracle.
Unbelievable.
The corner flag does not count now. He can touch the corner flag as long as it doesn't touch the line. So he's used it to his advantage, and that's a try. That's a great effort.
Isn't that amazing? The super zoom. An expected side to win.
Here's Williams, George Williams looking for an offload. Is anyone at home? No, he knocked at the door, no one answered. Just anyone on his shoulder there would have been looking to put some points on the board. Like this man, like Bowen to Gelling. Gelling runs in for another. And Gelling, a try treble.
A hat-trick for Gelling.
Wigan at the moment are the only team in the 700s in the points for column, and the 29 they scored tonight take them to 749. There could be some more here. Williams goes romping through. Is there any support? He's looking for Charlie on this right wing. He might not need anybody. He won't need anybody. What a try that is. What a try that is from George Williams. He just walks through. He was looking for support, and then he thought, hang on a minute, I'll score myself. And Williams has put Wigan further clear.
Each game, he gains more and more confidence. He's had a fine match tonight as Gelling.
Yestin Harris has not had a fine match. He looks like a man who's back to win it to see it disqualified at this George inquiry. Here's going to be another try. Tony Club.
He'll go upstairs, perhaps. Or is he going to give it?
Clock that 50 would be a formality for the rampant Wigan Warriors now as Scott Taylor drives it in. That's the second tackle in this sequence, and they're only 15 metres away from the try line. They've already scored 7 tries tonight, Wigan. They're looking for an 8th. Matty Smith going through for Wigan. Smith scores! He had one chalked off before, and this one's going to be reviewed as well.
Obstruction, please, Ben.
This one's going to be reviewed as well, Stuart Cummings.
First Utility Super League round 24, and the Salford Red Devils hosted the Catalan Dragons. It was the visitors from France who struck first. A flowing move from left to right, finished off by Oldfield in the corner. Despite falling behind, Salford hit back. A barnstorming run by Morley. Farges and Chase involved in the build-up. And then Kevin Locke, who promises to be a superstar for Salford, scoring his first try of the afternoon. The Red Devils would lead for the first time in the game. Rangi Chase popping a ball up for Junior Sau to run through the Catalan defence. Chase involved in the build-up for this one again, before Locke unlocked the French defence. The Devils would take a commanding lead in at half-time. Tompkins at dummy half. Watson. Evans with the try. (22-4) the score after the first 40 minutes. The Dragons would strike first in the second half. Gregory Muniz diving over beneath the uprights. The French smiles, though, were short-lived. Salford came again. Rangi Chase playing the ball along the line. Nice offload. And there's Theo Farges scoring. Any lingering doubts were put to bed when Tompkins fed the ball left to Puliatua. Salford's 6th try of the night. Just a couple of consolations to come for the Catalans then. Caton Brown showing good covering defence. And then the French switched the ball via Leon Price out towards the left wing. Vincent Duport scoring the first of the 2 consolations. The final 4-pointer of the evening came after Muniz was held up just short of the line. Henderson in at dummy half, Henderson over the line. Too little too late for the visitors. Full-time score, Salford Red Devils 34, Catalan Dragons 22. First Utility Super League round 25. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats hosted the Salford Red Devils. Much focus on former Devil Tim Smith, who set up the first try, passing to Danny Washbrook, who in turn had Andy Raleigh in support. First blood Wakefield. The Wildcats know they can still mathematically make the 8, even though it looks increasingly unlikely. Smith involved again, this time a kick, Washbrook with the try and a tipper tail. More Smith magic there. In fact, the third Wakefield try could be a contender for one of the tries of the weekend. McShane in at dummy half. A left-footed kick over to the corner. A well-timed run by Chris Riley. And the Wildcats would lead 16 points to 0 at half-time. Salford gave themselves a bit of hope. A line break by Puliatua. Harrison Hansen in support. Tautai unable to chase him down. Salford on the scoreboard. All Hansen's try would do is open the door for 5 more Wakefield scores. Smith again to Sykes, Collis with the finish. Wakefield continued to pressurise. Ali Lawatiti showed some nice footwork and good strength to get the ball down, despite the attention of at least 4 Salford defenders. Godinez involved in the build-up to the next one. Smith to Sykes, lovely hands from Collis, and Richard Owen touching down in the corner. Godinez would get one of his own. McShane's dart up to within 15 metres of the Salford goal line. Smith's no-look pass. Sykes stopped just short. A McShane kick though, and Godinez the quickest to react. The route was completed by a second try for Richard Owen. Again Sykes the provider, and a full-time score at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats 42, Salford Red Devils 6. First Utility Super League round 26. Salford Red Devils against the London Broncos, and the only game of the round with no top 8 connotations. The home side scored first. Former London player Tommy Lee with the try. There'll be 14 more to squeeze in over the next 5 minutes, so keep your eyes peeled. Salford would score the second. Walney with the try. London hit back. Jordan Atkins scoring in the corner. Would prove to be a good afternoon for Josh Griffin. Chase's kick Griffin with his first 4-pointer of the day. The Red Devils would take a commanding lead in at the break. Greg Johnson scoring his first of the afternoon. Salford really shared the tries out too. Another good move, and this time Griffin turned provider. Logan Tompkins with the score. Half time at Salford, the Red Devils led 34. The first try of the second half went to the Broncos. McCarney over in the corner. Chase with the assist. Walton with the Salford score. Chase involved again on this one. Harrison Hansen 2. Griffin second. A brace of Salford players would score 2. There's Johnson, second of the afternoon. Johnson also showed he's got pace to burn. Setting up a move from his own 20. Through numerous pairs of Salford hands. Chase to Griffin, to Evalds, back to Griffin. Hat-trick try. London kept coming. Matt Cook, one of a number of players departing at the end of the season, scoring the third try for the visitors. Here's a decent score as well. Josh Drinkwater running and touching the ball down beneath the uprights. In fact, Salford would concede 3 tries on the spin. A nice flick there before Sliney scored for the Londoners. The final word, however, did go to the Red Devils. And there were 50 points scored in the second half alone. Greg Johnson grabbing his hat-trick try. Full-time score, Salford Red Devils 58, London Broncos 26. First Utility Super League round 27. Salford Red Devils signing off for the year. Widnes Vikings already in the top 8 playoffs. It would be Iestyn Harris's side who started the better. Morley with the drive. Tommy Lee at dummy half. And in the end a try for Harrison Hansen to break the deadlock. Dennis Betts had rested quite a few of his Vikings stars with an eye on Saturday's playoff match at Warrington. Take nothing away from the Red Devils though. It was one-way traffic in the first 40 minutes. A Rangi chase bomb, not dealt with by our van, and then kapow, it's Sow. Junior Sow scoring for the Red Devils. Club owner Marwan Kukash will take a lot of optimism into next season following this performance. Tony Pugliatua diving through the uprights to become the 3rd home player to register a try. In fact, the scoreboard would read 24 points to 0 at half-time. Rangi Chase with the ball and the kick. Kevin Locke taking it up, offloading to Tompkins, who very nearly scored. This time Theo Farge is in at dummy half, and here's some Rangi Chase magic. A nice celebration to boot. Who does he resemble the most, Ganson or Alibert? Salford would continue to impress in the second 40. Locke to Farges. Pulliatu has passed to Rangi Chase, who went aerial. Josh Griffin out-jumping the Widnes defence. Junior Sow would make it 36-0. Again, Chase, Farges and Locke involved. And the big centre crossing for Salford's 6th try. Josh Griffin, by the way, with a personal points tally of 16 in the game. A late consolation then for Widnes. An up and under from Mellor. Collected by Arvan. In a try converted by Owens. Full-time score, Salford Red Devils 36, Widnes Vikings 6.